think it is.
Never made bacon.
There was a tanker, a
In
civilian
the
tanker,
microwave.
and it caught on fire. And so it burned so bad that they just abandoned it and let it burn. Okay, when it burned for, say, a week or two or whatever, well, they just abandoned, thought of it, and, they just forgot about it. And it was in the South Pacific. Okay, about a year later, a pilot was flying over, and he ran across that tanker, and it was still smoking. It wasn't burning, it was still a little smoke coming out. So he went down and he seen that it had been burned because it was all rusty and everything. And so he flew down, and on the fantail, across the fantail, they have the ship's name in big old raised letters on the fantail. And so he flew down,
This is gonna be a little more than what
and
people
looked
would
at
like
it,
for breakfast.
and he read, read it as best he could. And so they figured out it was that tanker that had caught on fire a year before, and nobody had seen it in 1 year. It stayed in that Pacific for 1 year, and nobody saw it. But this was back before the satellite stuff.
Sure. Well, even now with the, it is absolutely, Mark and I can't believe that the Malaysian plane cannot be found. I mean, my gosh, they can zero in on,
There's so many
everything.
things.
Have you-
We watch those shows
will
where
tell you
you
what,
get these
my
cheap
wife
metal
loves me to
detectors
make.
and they find gold 60 feet
I'll
under
take
that's
chicken
been there for
breast.
300 years or whatever, and they can't find a huge plane.
Well, they're just now finding out from that Malaysian airline that they talked to it just an hour or two before they lost
Breadcrumbs,
contact.
seasoned breadcrumbs.
Because they didn't ever tell that until it was about 2 weeks old,
Phyllis Brown.
and then
Three weeks.
and then
And then I'll make a mushroom
the
gravy
airlines
with it,
finally admitted
sauteed
that they
onions,
had
peppers.
talked to the pilot.
But it was nothing out of the
And they wouldn't tell you what it said,
ordinary.
the news wouldn't tell you nothing. So they know a lot more about it than they are letting us know about.
Green beans and
A
the
lot
other one
more.
would be like red cabbage.
But it's just so startling that with all of our technology, that they cannot find that.
Well,
that
they,
airplane.
like right now, all that debris that they're finding out there is they figure from that Japanese tsunami.
Break it
that's
out.
floating
Oh, yeah,
around.
that's floating things in, yeah.
And it may be a few boats and ships floating around out there that,
Now, I cook.
that are still floating from that.
Like
and they haven't showed